We're going to kick off straight away because we're using a slightly unusual format to tell you about what we've been doing for the last 4 years for our own company, Green Weeks. If you haven't heard of it before, Petricuta is a format which was devised by architects to stop other architects rambling on for too long, which is quite common. So there's 20 seconds to talk about each slide.
We used the same Petricuta format to do one event which we decided to run this year. We've run Green Weeks for 4 years. We decided to hold an event in Redcliffe Caves. It's a dark slide, it was a dark evening, but we invited lots of people to come and listen to lots of Petricuta talks.
So we have been doing this for 4 years, as we said, and we have now sort of joined forces with Business West and Low Carbon Southwest to come up with Business Green Week, which is about getting businesses to do their own Green Weeks, and they're themed days, and they have been very successful our first year this year.
So in our first year of Green Weeks, we decided to, how could we represent Ride to Work Day, use public transport, car sharing and so on. So to replace one of the directors' parking spaces outside the front of the building, we greened that space, and that's a picture of our chairman taking a...
So for future years, we thought, how could we scale this up and make this a bigger idea? So we actually took our parking area by our office, and instead of greening it over, we decided to use it in a different way. So this was a five-a-side football match which we held on one particular day, but as far as possible, we kept it clear of cars.
Yeah, one of the tips that we could pass on to other companies in terms of planning your Green Week is to listen to other people, canvass opinion within the company, what would work. Not everybody likes football, but you can transfer that football pitch to netball, so that worked quite well for the following day. So that was quite good fun. And
make it visual. So as architects, as graphic designers, we try and make, instead of doing lots of words, we're always sort of thinking how we can do it in a more visual way. So this is our Travel to Work Sustainable Day. By using mug shots of everyone, you stick it on how you've actually travelled. It communicates the message much better.
Yeah, that's fantastic. One of the things as well is that we don't have to just do it all internally. We found that when you ask people for help for a good cause, they really do listen. So we borrowed the Ecotricity flag. We used a flagpole at the front of our site just to get the message across.
So another way of being visual, creating stickers to actually kind of create the message that we wanted to about not switching on lights. And we set a challenge: could we do our whole office, which is sort of 8 companies, 8 offices around the country, to not have any artificial lighting on that day?
One idea that we had, which was running up to our Green Week, was to build our own allotments, so clear some space and get people growing. We used the Green Week vehicle to publicise it, and we invited somebody from the Soil Association to come and open our allotments. So that happened on the last day of our week.
And having your own Green Week is an opportunity to be creative, and we let people within the company come up with ideas how they could improve the immediate environment, and this is one of them. We're on the promenade in Clifton to do a wildflower strip along the length of the promenade, and this is actually something we're talking to the council about at the moment.
One way of getting people involved is to provide an opportunity for them to show what they can do. A competition that we had was to come up with green or sort of environmental photographic competition. So they exhibited, and at the end of the week there was
pretty amazing examples from staff showing actually how talented they are. So this was another way of seeing what people do outside of work, and it was seeing what hobbies people had, and suddenly there was sort of all these people came forward who were keeping chickens, had no idea that people also in the office were, so it was sort of swapping ideas and hobbies.
That's right. One morning, as a surprise, we put a plant on everybody's computer with a little note on it saying, please come and basically come and plant it in the front garden, and it got everybody out having fun, and that really brought a lot of joy into it that was not expected.
So this was everyone on Monday lunchtime. We had a plan for planting up the garden, more wildflower and sort of wildlife friendly planting. And it was just great to get everyone doing something at the same time, and everyone thought it was really great fun instead of doing their own thing on the lunch hour.
We like to sort of push the boat out a little bit with some of the ideas, and aside from this, what you can't actually see is that's a beehive with a glass side to it. We brought it into our coffee bar with access through a window. This was to kind of get the message across with a real hive that we had installed in one of our side gardens.
And if you probably can't read it, but it says be spontaneous. So by actually holding lots of things, people are just getting involved, and this was a couple of people who wanted to set up a quick sort of ice cream stall, and people were just turning up instead of sort of having cakes or whatever, and it's just keeping it fun.
Again, this is just a photo from our Redcliffe Caves event during the recent Green Week. We invited lots of people to come, and it's important to get the message out. Part of the initial idea was so that employees can share ideas with other people, so cross-section of society, but also external invitees as well.
So in our last Green Week of this year, we had a Feel Good Friday, and it was incorporating ideas just to make it a bit fun for that particular day. So we started off the day with a dawn chorus over the tannoy for a couple of hours, which was great, just put everyone in a really good mood.
And again, at the end of the week, this is actually this is the following year after we planted those plants in our garden. Just an event to sort of put it all together and make announcements, bring everybody for a Feel Good Friday at the end of the week.
And it's been really successful. So we would definitely encourage anyone to have a Green Week of their own if they are in a company which can do.
I would say that one thing as well that we found quite exciting is being involved in developing the template for other companies to follow it with Business Green Weeks. We've been, obviously, as Rob mentioned, we did that in tandem with Business West, Low Carbon Southwest, and the uptake this year was fantastic. We wanted to do a trial run before next year, so hopefully there's enough enthusiasm to really push through for next year, and to focus on companies of all sizes throughout the whole of Bristol in different cultural areas. If we can get companies, even coffee bars, to big companies like the BBC who were already involved this year doing it, it would be fantastic, because it's just spreading the word through different mediums.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.